Hi Gemini, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's Christina and this is my new channel. Well, I've never done it before. This is my channel, Swedish Dharma Tarot. So glad you could find your way here. I'd like to begin by making a correction from yesterday when I was doing Taurus. And I like to talk about the different planets and their influences on our horoscopes and in our lives, of course. But I'm not an astrologer, and I was very clumsy when I talked about the rising sign, which is also known as the ascendant, and I mentioned that it's somewhere in our horoscope. Well, that was so stupid of me because it's always in the same place. It's on the horizontal line and actually on the horizon somehow. I don't know. I don't understand it technically. But it should influence our first house. And it's always there. But of course, there are different planets in the house or ruling the house. So that's what it's all about. I'm not an astrologer. Don't profess to be. But the interesting thing, anyway, about these positions is that the ascendant or rising sign tells us a lot about how the person in the horoscope is perceived. How do they behave even to a certain extent, and what does the rest of the world think of them? This is when in public, of course. It's in school and at work, etc. If it doesn't resonate, and I've noticed that it's very, very specific. Well, I've been working. Trying to get used to working in front of the camera and not having a person's energy in front of me. That the spirit is very, very specific. For some reason, that's how they want me to do it, and I respect them and I do whatever I'm told. I'm just the messenger. So, very few people are going to feel a resonance. But you can go in and you can check your rising sign, and also, you can look at your moon sign. The moon in our horoscopes says a lot about how we function emotionally. You can also look at your Venus, because that's where your love is. It tells us a lot about how we love, what we love, and how we project our love. And in a man's horoscope, it says a lot about the type of woman that attracts him. Mars is interesting too, because it tells us about the fundamental amount of energy that we can have access to, which can vary a lot depending on which sign is ruling the house that Mars is in. It tells us a lot about the person's sexuality. It also tells us in a female horoscope about the type of man that she is attracted by. Money is there as well, or the ability to make it. So, having said that, Swedish Dharma Tarot, did I say that? Yeah, I did. Did I say I was a Swedish Australian? No, I didn't, but I am. But I'm mainly used to working in Swedish, so I'm like translating as I go. So I hope you will have a bit of patience with me, with a lot of ums and ahs. And some mistakes. Sometimes it's quite funny though. Let's have a look. Dear Gemini, what Spirit wants to tell you? What does Spirit want Gemini to know? I don't show you my star or how I lay out the cards, because it might confuse you, I'm afraid. The tarot deck that I use is called the Goddess Tarot. So the major arcana is all about different goddesses from different time periods in world history. They're very beautiful, they're very powerful, a lot of feminine power in them, but men are very welcome to consult them. They made that clear to me. And they've taught me everything I know. The Goddess Tarot is made by Chris Baldher. Yeah, they are quite fabulous. So, here we go. Let's have a look. I see somebody who is about to break loose from their family and go out on their own. I think it might be a young man we're talking about. So if he's not watching this himself, maybe you're the mother or whoever. This man should be around the age of 21, perhaps 28, because I can see that he's leaving his family, and in that process, he's going into a completely new life cycle. And we usually do that approximately every 7 years. Some people and friends of numerology would say 9 years. And sometimes I see them too in the tarot, but they're not very common. Most of us function in 7-year cycles. So, this young man, I believe, is moving away to study. Yeah. Maybe both study and work. Working part-time maybe to support himself. He's very well loved by both mum and dad. And he has a sister. And he has lost a brother. Now, that could have been an aborted pregnancy, perhaps, or else he's actually lost a brother who's been birthed. I hope not. But that brother looks after him and looks after the sister as well. So he's going through a great transformation, and who wouldn't? Leaving home, that's probably one of the biggest steps we ever take in our lives. And this young man is extremely creative. And a lot of the transformation is occurring just there. Yeah. He needs... I feel like maybe this young man is going to study something very academic, which is great. We need scientists and we need all sorts of technicians. But they themselves might need a creative outlet. So I don't know exactly what it is that he's good at, but I will try and find out. And he needs to do it more so that he in turn can find the energy to put on the academic studies that he's about to endeavor. I actually think this young man's about to study law. That's so exciting. For 0.00001% of the population, but I happen to be one of them, because for the rest of the world it's just so boring. It's not. It's very exciting. But it does mean that he needs a creative outlet. I think this young man might be very musical, actually. I don't know if he plays an instrument, but probably he does. So I hope whoever's listening, maybe it's himself, who knows, but I don't think so. So whoever's listening, please encourage him to continue playing and or listening to music. I also see that this young man has a karmic obligation with his studies. So it would be so interesting to know who you are and what you're going to study. Because maybe it has to do with family law, I suspect. And it has to do a lot with children and mothers who are very, I can't find the word now. Mothers and children who fare ill in the process of divorce. Yeah, it's not uncommon. And that's what this young man is going. He's going to be involved in family law, and he's going to help a lot of people. So he has a calling. Yeah, I guess that's the most important thing here, that this man he's very sensitive, which is nice. He's not just all intellect. He's sensitive and he's a musician too. So a nicely balanced young man who doesn't make problems unnecessarily. But he's still getting to know himself, and in that process, he will, as time goes on, be able to project more and more of his true self. The ascendant is often more prominent when we're young. And as we get older and we get to know ourselves better, we're better at projecting our true self. And this young man's no exception. Yeah, you don't have to look at me doing that. So, I'd like to take some part of the soul card for him and see what Spirit has to tell him. These cards are fabulous. Cheryl Lee Harnish, she's on YouTube as well. And they're just miraculous. Fractal cards, they're called. What does Spirit want this young man to know? Can something happen, please? There we go. This came up for, I think, Taurus as well. It's quite beautiful. I think it's like a Buddha picture. It's number 8. And it's called Chenritsi Manifestation. This card works to create a positive outcome in all situations. Chenritsi works to free you from your problems, burdens, and suffering by showing you all the many wonderful blessings in life. Yeah, we saw that too, that this young man, he never makes problems of life unnecessarily. Some people are the other way around. This card is the ultimate manifestation. On every level and every way, it is the complete form of fulfillment. Fantastic. And very, very nice, considering that he has a calling to do his judicial studies. Judicial studies? This is the turning point in life. Yeah, well, it will be, won't it? Free-flowing manifestation of all the good this world has to offer is coming to you. Stay focused on the blessings and you will see them multiply. Well, I think that's a fabulous card to leave home with. And good luck in your future. And thank you, I want to say, on behalf of all the mothers and children that you will be helping in the future. And I hope that that was helpful, if not to you yourself, because I don't think you're watching this. But I am hoping, and I assume even, that somebody who cares about you is. Oh, I forgot. We have another card. These cards are just amazing. They're brand new. They came out in September. So I guess I can consider myself a bit of a trendsetter within tarot, because I haven't seen anybody else use them. Aren't they gorgeous? And they're called a yogic path, made by Sahara Rose. And they talk about deities, different Indian deities, some things from Ayurveda, our chakras, asanas. Yeah, Kundalini. I don't know how you pronounce that. But that's the energy flowing through all the chakras. I think I have to read it. I'm no expert in yoga or chakras. But a very beautiful card. Let's see. I'll have to check out the page. La-di-da-di-dee. Da-da-da. Here we are, 79. Can you believe it? I got the Dharma card on the very first video that I filmed. It was for Aquarius. The Dharma card came out. I was so ecstatic. But then I couldn't load it up, unfortunately. So Pisces was first. Anyway, this is what Kundalini card says. Primordial cosmic energy, serpent power. Kundalini is rising. The serpent-like energy that exists in the base of your spine, the Muladhara chakra, has awoken. You may have noticed that you feel more spiritually aware than ever before. You are more sensitive to energies and quickly manifesting your thoughts. Well, we saw that this was a sensitive young man as well. I don't know how aware he is about this energy, but I hope he is. He will be eventually anyway. Your psychic abilities are rising and you feel the flow of energy that vibrates in every being. Your heart is full of a deep compassion and desire to serve others. Wasn't that fantastic? And you have a keen awareness of your purpose. Yeah, well, I think he does. This is Kundalini rising. Stay grounded in this process, connect to nature, exercise, journal, practice yoga, play music. Through grounding, you'll be able to experience a beautiful and blissful Kundalini, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, awakening that takes you exactly where you were meant to be. Oh, my heart is so warm after that. Thank you, young Gemini man, for letting me do that reading. I really hope it comes to you. I think this is where I'm supposed to do the sales pitch. If you want to, you can have a 30-minute reading with me on Skype. You can contact me on email. It's on the website, and it's on YouTube. And you can pay in whichever currency you prefer. 30 minutes, 574 kronor, that was the Swedish one. 88 Australian dollars. They're the only two I have in my head. The list is there. And thanks again for popping by. And if you do like it, press the thumbs up button. I need that a lot. And please subscribe and share. Thank you. See ya.